Let's have a look at my eBay traffic and sales for the month of December, when I've applied nuclear reset almost every single day. And let's talk about what's next in January. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Polish Pete, eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies clothing in bulk and I sell them individually on eBay for profit. I'm also an unpaid carer for an elderly and disabled person who lives abroad. So we've got another update on the poor man's method, which for December was not poor man's method anymore, as I have applied nuclear reset almost every single day of the month. Some interesting observations there. However, there was no kind of wow effect at all. I mean, sales were good, but it wasn't like they have doubled or something. They were just decent. I kind of expected more. But before we start, if you are interested in reselling content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, come on. Thank you. Yeah, that's the best way to support this channel, really. So, first of all, it was a better month than November was. However, like I've said, I kind of expected more from that nuclear reset. Maybe my expectations were unjustified. I don't know. That was the first and most likely the last time that I've used nuclear reset to push my sales out the door. Obviously, due to the shop subscription structure in UK. I don't think we're gonna get that zero sales, zero fees promotion anytime soon again. Efficiency has dropped again from 40 to 38. So instead of getting 40 sales out of the million impressions, I was down to 38. Not much down, but still down. Click-through ratio went up through the roof, through the stratosphere, and to the moon. But conversion rate has hit the rock bottom. I mean, it's never been so low. It's never been so low. And that was my biggest problem with that nuclear reset. I had items in the top of the search results. People were clicking in them, but for whatever reason, they weren't buying anything. And to be honest, I've got no reasonable explanation for this. I mean, it's baffling me. In theory, it should be all good. With this number of views, I should be selling like 30 items a day. Literally 30 items a day. But that has never materialized, yeah? Is it sales throttling? At least it looks like that at the first glance. What would be the reason? And most importantly, how the hell eBay has done it? How the hell eBay has prevented a person who is looking at my item from buying it? I don't know, it beats me, I got no clue. I mean, don't get me wrong, sales were decent, I'm not complaining. But for what it is, with this amount of views that we had, we should be like in £8,000 a month area, not 3,000. I mean, if I literally quadrupled views, surely my sales should double at least. I will try to show it to you on the graph and you will see it more clearly. So let's jump to my laptop, let's see the numbers, let's see the graphs. So guys, we are in a sales tab for the month of December. As you can see, we almost reached that £3,000, which is absolutely good. However, like I've said, I expected more, about 30% up month on month. Selling cost below 2%. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah. Quantity sold 279. In theory, good, but really not that good with that nuclear reset. Because I had months when I was running 2 shops where I had like 200 and odd on the main shop over here, and then on top of that, 100 and odd in the second shop. So I was over 300 altogether without doing nuclear reset, just by having 2 shops. So with having all the inventory here, basically 3 times as much inventory as I used to have, and doing nuclear reset, not good really, not good to be honest, not good. So yeah, tops and shirts again first. Yeah, shop is flooded with summer stock. Shop is flooded with summer stock. 20% of my sales from tops and t-shirts, sorry, and shirts. Again, 20%, sorry, 26%. 21% from dresses, about 12% from jumpers, 10% from skirts, 8% from trousers, 6% from jeans, 5% from coats and jackets. The rest is history. Yeah, let's have a look at traffic. And yeah, impressions 30% up, views 224% up, but this is not a full story. I will show you that in a second. Quantity sold 25% up, click-through ratio 147% up. I think the highest I ever been is like 0.4 or something like that, and now I'm on 1.3. This is ridiculous. This is definitely something that eBay nuclear reset, does. It puts your items really, really high in search results, and as a organic results, not as a promoted results as well. That needs to be said as well. But just have a look at those impressions. You can see that promoted impressions are not that massive amount. But sales conversion rate went down the drain from like 1.4, 1.3, 1.5, where I used to be, went down to 0.3. And this is absolutely strange. Now, let's go back to those views. If we click here, and let me get the pen. Let me get the pen. Here you go. Yeah, good. Excuse me. So over here, before I started to reset, I had about 500 views a day. 500 and some. Here, on those peaks, and here, on those peaks, it was like 4,500 to 5,000 a day of views a day. So it went up from this point to those peaks. It went up by tenfold, guys. Yet sales were not here. Also, this is also interesting. When it went down in between Christmas and New Year, those views went down. However, sales went up. Let me show it to you. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, as you can see, sales here went up like crazy. Went up like crazy, despite those views having a dip. So yeah, very interesting. And like I said, on those massive days of views, sales are just not here. Because Over here, that's sales from 500 views a day. These sales are from 5,000 views. Nowhere near of tenfold increase. So we've made a tenfold increase here. Let me get rid of that. We've made tenfold increase in views, yet no tenfold increase in quantity sold. Let's jump and see the, what you call them. Wait a second. Here, not here, here. Okay, so we've got those graphs. As you can see, impressions went up, but not that much in comparison to previous months. Organic impressions went up very, very, very strongly. Basically, eBay Reset has killed promoted impressions. And I must say, when you reset your shop, I believe if eBay decides that your items are good enough to be in the top of search results, it puts them there as organic, not as promoted. So that is interesting observation, in my opinion. Obviously, we don't have data for this one. Yeah, views in thousands. Yeah. I mean, this is self-explanatory. I mean, what can I say, guys? I mean, what can I say? For the month, that was 4 times more views than in previous months. As you can see, 25,000 over here. Let me get the pen. 25,000 over here and almost 100,000 over here. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Click-through ratio, like I said, ballooned. But sales conversion rate, I mean, what the hell? I mean, what the hell has happened here? And the number of sales, it went up, but if you compare that peak to those 3 months, it's nowhere near what it's supposed to be. That eBay Reset didn't really give me much. I'm not going to say it didn't give me anything, but definitely it didn't give me much. Same over here, sales value. If you look at nuclear reset and if you look at Purman's method, not much difference. Not much difference. Yes, there is a difference, but not much. Not much. Not what I expected. I expected way much better results. Average sale was the same, repeat buyers the same, efficiency dropped down, and that will be it. Let's go back and see my beautiful face again. So, I mean, can you even explain what has happened? The only half logical explanation that I have, and it's a stretch to be honest, is when buyer gets a set of search results, he expects the best matching item to be on top. So he kind of clicks everything blindly. And only when he clicks, he realizes that this is not necessarily what he's looking for. So he starts to check next results, and he's going down the list and starts to go slower and slower, starts to pay attention. And then when he is down to like 10th item, he starts to kind of be very, very picky in what he is clicking it in, because he's wasting his time clicking in everything. So yeah, I think that's the reason. If you recall those last few days of the year, my impressions went up, but my views went significantly down. However, sales went up like crazy. Maybe on those days my listings were not in the top of search results, but a bit lower. Maybe it's not that beneficial to be in the top as we initially thought. Maybe it's better to be in that position 5 to 10, let's say. I don't know. I can't explain it to myself really. Why, with so many views, sales were not exploding? They should bloody explode. If I had 4 times more views, come on. Come on. On those last days of the year, I also did a nuclear reset a bit differently. I have staggered my listings, so I was scheduling them like in a batches of 600 every 15 minutes. Maybe this was the case. Maybe algorithm had more time to kind of properly index them and put them into the pre-searches. I don't know. Not enough data really, to be honest. I only had that idea on the Boxing Day, and I've tried it on 28th, 29th and the 30th of December. So 3 days is not really enough to draw any conclusions. Also, those days are a bit specific, a little bit different than other days in a year. I've done separate video about it. I'll try to put the card in the corner, so check it out if you wish and if you haven't seen it yet. And yet, so what's the plan of going forward? So I've done my last nuclear reset on the 31st of December. Excuse me, and I have left those things like that. I have left those listings like that. So the plan was they will be good till the end of January, so I don't have to pay that middle shop subscription or pay insertion fees. That was the plan, and it has backfired strongly. And in the middle of January, I went up to the featured shop subscription, and I started to end and sell similar because sales have hit rock bottom. Yeah, but more about this about this next month in the January January revision of the traffic. Also, what I have done is I have started to promote almost all of my items, basically trying to combat those low sales. And for entire January and February, I will be concentrating on revising my listings because I haven't done it when I was resetting the shop. For last 2 months, I haven't revised a single listing. So hopefully those revisions will bump up those revised items and I'm going to get some sales out of that. At least I hope so. At least I hope so. The end of zero fees is a bummer, absolutely bummer. What the difference it has made to my profit, guys. Oh my God. I mean, having all those fees like final value fee, shop subscription, promoted listings and everything like that, all around 2% or even below 2% for the month. That's absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. In January, most likely it will go back to like 20% plus. Also, eBay has announced that from February, buyer protection fee will be on every single item with buyer protection. Buyer protection will be on every single item with buyer protection fees on items sold by private sellers. Also, all the discounts, coupons, multi-buys, and all that kind of stuff will be only available for business sellers. I've made a video about it. I'll try to put the card up here. Long story short, they haven't given us anything extra. What they have done is they have improved our situation, business sellers' situation, by making private sellers' situation worse. And I hear that outcry of private sellers on YouTube in comments. I'm ditching eBay, I'm going to Vinted and all that kind of stuff. Okay, do what you have to do. But before you do that, just ask yourself a question or two questions. Am I going to sell more items on Vinted than I would on eBay? And am I going to make more money on Vinted than I would on eBay? And only then decide if you want to go full steam ahead on Vinted and ditch eBay for good, because I will certainly not do so. Yeah, and that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. And if you wish to support me and this channel further, all I ask you for is subscribe. And big massive thank you to all of you who have already done it. Have a great week. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and bye bye.